I got an old Rolls Royce, you know what I mean? Don't be mad with me. I've been at this a long time, and so I don't have a cabin in up north, and I don't go fishing for fish.
There you go.
Yeah, but I go fishing for men. And then after about 20 years of men fishing, I bought myself a Rolls Royce. Yeah, but it ain't new. It's old 1996, but it looks pretty good. You know what I mean? Well, he right. He said ride pretty good. You know what I
I
mean?
don't know. It's
So I
going
I was
in
at
and
a
out now.
yeah, I was in the parking lot today. I was just taking it out, Ross. I can't tell you all this stuff when you're locked up, because you like, oh, Brother Shane got a Rolls Royce, It has shot through the prison like wildfire. It would have been faster than coronavirus, you know what I'm saying? We gotta get up out of here, This fool's taking our money and buying a Rolls Royce with it. I had, you know what I mean? That's how some people think. Look, I've been working. And I do what I want to do with my money. Now you can be mad if you didn't save up your pennies and get no Rolls Royce. Be mad, but I saved for nickels and dimes. Then my mom when I was younger, much younger, my mom was just, what kind of car you gonna drive? And I said, I'm gonna drive a Rolls Royce because there was this detective on TV who was a crime solver. Hey, what's up, son? And then he solved crime in the back of a Rolls Royce. I thought he was cool. Stony Burke, that was his name. And so my mom's name was Big Chick, and that's what I got on the license plate of the Rolls Royce. So it's kind of like every time I get in there, I think it's a Big Chick. Yeah. Yeah, and I got Will is out there. What's up, son? Ross is there. Ross, we love having you on cartoons, but we really want to have you live and direct. I don't know what's going on, but maybe somebody's hating on us. I don't know what it is, but we want you to come back. And Marvin, who is Marvin over there? Wayne, can you give me the bigger view? I don't see who that is. Anyway. Look, we're pretty full in here, or getting kind of full. Alicia is here, a married woman. Give her a hand. Yeah, she's so. And that girl went to Las Vegas, Donald. She wanted to go out of town. Somebody say out of town. Oh, you want to go out of town? I say out of town. Yeah, she took her husband out of town, and then that's where they married. Out of town. Yeah. And we couldn't be more proud of you guys and everything like this here. And before you leave tonight, you're gonna have to jump the broom because up in here, your marriage is not completely consummated unless you jump through it. Yeah. Gotta get that broom, man. Yeah. Look at Jim's t-shirt. Jim got all the superheroes on there, I like that. He got Ali on his. But I got a couple things. Look at, there go Tylo right there. Give Tylo a hand. Well, he's a hot mess, but I love him. He's a South African, but I love him. And I don't know. He's just gonna roll with me. I don't know. As long as he's in America, I'm on his side. You know what I mean? Right. But Tylo's a student, and he done started school now. You give my student a little. Ani McKinney is also in school. I'm hoping that here I don't appreciate it. Okay. Oh man, I don't want to hear that. But Lonnie has also started school. Dr. Webb is always in school, teaching somebody, this and that. So let's get started on this Tuesday. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And somebody would have, Dr. Webber, no. Chantel, what? Shan Twan. I got it. Shan Twan. You get you some Shan and put some Twan there. Yeah, he's a Powell. Oh, Miss Powell. Okay. Well, Miss Powell, can you read really loud? All right. And I was at it.
I'm right
Okay. If you don't want to do it, just come on.
I'll take it. Listen. He always you pass. I cannot throw a loved one out of my heart and mind, no matter what they have done to me. I cannot stop loving them, no matter how much they disappoint me, neglect, or abuse me. If I think that I love them, I probably do. It does not matter what others say about them, how others feel about them, or how I feel about them. If I love them, I have to admit it. I don't tell myself I don't love somebody if I do. What I might want to do is make a choice about whether I want this person to be a part of my life. It is not necessary to stop loving people if I don't like them. I can't choose the type of relationship I want to have with the people I love. I can love them from a distance. I can love them and not live with them. I can love them in the deepest part of my being and choose to move on. I can figure out why I love them. If I love them, I still choose to move on. I can love them for who they are and what they are and stop complaining.
Mm-hmm.
I can choose how I want to love you. Reflection. Who in my life have I decided to love even when I don't like them?
Ooh. Ooh. Boy, that's some deep stuff right there. That's good. Look, the poet, I couldn't open up these little slips, but the poet over here helped me. I opened that cake over, and then we gonna put these little. This is Esau with a haircut, and this is the lovely Alicia. Somebody say Alicia. The girl is lovely. I know that boy jumping. Wait, I'm going crazy.
I'm out of town.
Sit on. She love that boy. Yeah, ain't that something? And so, who wants to take this piece right here? This is heavy. Who gonna take? And plus, Donald, you've been missing for 2 weeks. Just want you to know I'm counting them. I love you, but I don't like it when you ain't here. I know you had lobster. All right. So jump on this piece, Dad. Oh, Ananiah, you go next.
I was looking at this. This is actually a real life situation that happens to everybody. It happens to me. There's people I really don't like. I choose to love them. I know I love them, but I'm growing to the point where I'm not trying to be aggressive towards them or negative towards them. Just let them live their life. They got the same life choice I do.
Right.
For the record, some people that I don't like, they love me the wrong way because they're a reflection of myself. They're similar to me, and I can see myself in them.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes that makes me real bad.
Yeah.
That makes me want to just, away from them. So I mean, this piece by itself is a test. It's really a test of forgiveness, a test of spiritual growth. It's a test of relationships. Who do I think I am? Do I think I'm them? Do I think that they are me? Or am I just being kind of selfish? Everybody messes up. Yeah. How can I ask you to forgive it? I want to forgive them. There's that piece in there too.
It is.
And the forgiveness for them is for me, so I can move on to the next thing.
Right.
It's a really big picture.
You're right, but you covered, man. You touched that thing, man, and you hit it hard, man. And yeah, your voice is always missing when you're not here. But that's beautiful. Ananiah is next, and then you go after him.
This is very first. I'm going to read it.
Go ahead.
My way.
Yeah.
No matter what I have done to myself and said to myself, I cannot stop loving you. No matter how much I disappoint myself, neglect or abuse myself. If I think I love myself, I probably do. Now, it was a point in time where I really was hated myself, man. I had done so much, and I put myself in such a hole. Just pretty much hated myself. I didn't kill him.
Wow.
But deep down inside, I really didn't love myself. So I just really had to kind of find out how to, you know, what does that look like? And how do I make it operate in my life? You know? So when the reflection said, who in your life have you decided to love you when you don't like them? I'm sorry. So,
No, I mean, wow. Give him some love right there. Yeah, jump in there.
you know, I saw that learning and growing as a character model because so many times these expressions, who is the family? Yeah, you're really worse than when you start out in the conflict. But when the conflict goes deep and you get a chance to demo what a better character growth can be achieved in one of these moments. And sort of, I'm not going to be stuck to hit the fan, bounce back on the wall, and slid down. I'm going to be the one that even avoided the fan, shows that I kept on loving, and that's what I model to the person that I'm conflict in. And hopefully it'll be so impressive to them, they'll wonder how they can tie themselves to those levels where conflict just doesn't kill a relationship. Is really on both sides and can make it grow if both accept more learning experience. But somebody has to operate as a learning experience. So one person got to be the strong individual to know how conflict can build character.
Wow. I mean, give him some love right there. Now, I like what Jim's saying right there about it always takes somebody to not back down, but really just kind of step off. Yeah, because if you meet right here, you know, nothing's happening. Somebody's got to either step up or step back. And it's hard. This stuff is hard. Especially when, you know, I mean, I'm just going to throw in there your blood family, not, you know, the human family, that's important. But your blood family, you know how that stuff be going, man. You be, I mean,
I'm reminded of something that's so simple that all of us need to be remembered. And that is, it just is. If you got to remember your purple old book when we first all started.
Yeah.
It's just that we have family members that just are. They are who we are.
Yeah.
And we can't change how we react to them and with our
Yeah. Right.
And so there are some family members that I have to love. If I say I have to love, but I can love them. And it's important that I do that. I have found that it's important because it can cause me to certain certain family members. This is why we have power.
Yeah.
They can trigger something and me. So I choose to do it from a distance, and then I can control the dynamic of that. The storyline.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's good that I have story. This here reminds me.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good. I wasn't tracking. I didn't catch that just that minute, but that is a part of the book, of the Purple Book. Just is people. They just is. You know, you was born and they was born and they your people and they just is. You didn't choose them. That's chosen in the blood. That's a good piece, man. But one second, I just was noticing something. The energy level in here is low. But I just want you to, look here, appreciate though that we meet here every Tuesday for 15 years, every Tuesday. Don't never come in here and downplay the fact that you're here. Give yourself a hand for being. You know, this right here where you sit is a powerful place where we come here and break bread and chop up some stuff that it's not like no other place in town. I don't want you to be too tired to get something or too preoccupied with something else for you to not get something tonight. I promise you, everybody that's sitting in this room tonight, when you leave, you're gonna have something more inside of you that's chirping than when you came in the door. I promise you that. Come on, lads, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not concerned with religion, guys. Bible says, "Honor thy mother and father," and for me, because of certain it was very difficult.
Yeah.
But then some prostitute, you know, but what I've learned and what how this speaks to me, you know what I'm saying, to me, is that, you know, basically to empathize with them, just like I would want somebody to empathize, you know what I'm saying? Understanding that, you know, they have these problems, they have struggle. I don't be hateful and bitterness towards people gave me life. Because at the end of the day, without them, I wouldn't.
No, that's true.
And one thing I look at, everyone we're in the same room, and there's a complication. And I could be the hateful old guy. When I hate one of them, I'm hating part of me. And I can't go there. I gotta take it somewhere else because they are me. You know, and just like with your dad and that, they are you. And your mom. So what level of hate can you really gravitate to? You got to learn how to turn the corner. That's a job that is a job.
Right. Ooh.
And training.
And training. Oh man, come on, give him something. Laz has got he's making a really important point. And each one of us in our upbringing had it different. Some of us had it this way and some of us had it this other way. But I think the beauty in what you just said and the opportunity that you have that they don't is to not repeat their mistake. Listen at it. Because what I find is that sometimes what our parents have done to us, we end up doing to our own children. I'm just gonna wait for all the amens to die down. Reason why ain't nobody said that in here, because that was too much truth. And it'll reach in there and snatch your voice out of your mouth. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, you had to mess around here, huh? You had to mess around here and know that you don't have to repeat the mistakes of your parents. And so I'm gonna say one more thing, and then who's next, by the way? Okay, Shelby, listen at this. I never met his parents. I bet you though, if I would have met your mother and we sat down and talked, I probably would have liked her, because I can understand, she could be, smoking and tweaking and all these other things, and I could be right with her. Yeah. So at a certain time we could run together, you know what I mean? Because I just was off my square too. But here's what I want you to think about. We have an opportunity to do the best we can right now. Somebody say,
Right now.
now, your mother, she probably wanted to do better. He probably wanted to be different, but it was all they could do right then. And when the doctor told your mother to push, wait a minute, look at what came out of her womb: hope, desire, aspiration, future, longevity, the bloodline. I'm gonna say the bloodline. Yeah, the blood. Somebody say the blood.
The blood.
Yeah, what came out? Oh, wait a minute. What came out was the blood. Some of the blood, the blood, the blood. Yeah. So she gave you the ability to create a bloodline that will be yours, but because of her pushing died, she gave you the opportunity to pass on that bloodline, her and her husband, her man, or your dad. Somebody say, pass it on. Now, what you pass on is an on them. Oh, wait. I feel something for tonight. See, what you pass on, that's not on your mother. What you pass on now, somebody say now. The word now is a Latin word that means ecstatic excitement. It all of a sudden happened now. Yeah, but now who you become and what you do with your life and your children who are yet to come is determined by you and not them. Hello, guys. So we coming to him. Come on. Go ahead. The storm is ready. Go ahead, brother. Come on, Shelby. So if you hate yourself, how you know? Simple as that. So I was feeling really down. I needed something to help boost me up, get me out of this rut. So somebody told me, man, first pop. First thing that I noticed came out of Shane's mouth was he said, "You are lovable." I needed to hear that. It made me feel for myself. He opened up something. Yes, sir. Nobody else opened it up at that time. Wow. Shane. Then he started talking about patty boys. And the more that I came to Pop's meeting with the other Pop guy, became important. Started to feel it. Getting the love from the brothers. I mean, strangers care about it. Brother Larry care about it. Teachers care about it. Yeah. You know? And I went to him and was a couple of times, told some things. He gave me some advice. Some people give you advice. People that care about you. You ain't care about you. So the more I realized how important I became. Not for myself, but I didn't have it. The more you talk, the more I got it. Listen. The man fixed the teacher. Y'all listen to me. Because I was down on myself. And the Pop guys helped me push me on. Here I am right now. Yeah.
Man, help me out.
Okay.
Sing that
I see what that happened. That boy had something. Hey, that was so good though, and I mean, for a lot of reasons, and that was so good. We had Patrick Dunn on for a minute. Pat is driving. He's a driver now. I mean, he's a professional driver, and he drops off auto parts all around the St. Paul, surrounding cities of St. Paul, and he's on the line. Pat, can you speak and drive? What are you doing? Can you talk or no? He got his mic shut off. It's just good to see his face. Pat Dunn is here. Will was here. I'm gonna let Will chime in after Shelby. Will, what you got?
Well, from what I was hearing, Pops, initially I couldn't really hear, man. It just sounded real muffled and everything. I can hear better now. I don't know what was going on in there with the mic, but I just, everybody sounds so muffled and everything. But I heard what Shelby said, and so I caught that. But just if I can comment on the reading, 'cause that's what we're talking about, right? The reading. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
They can hear you, Will.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, all right. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I was looking at the reading, man. What jumped out to me is when it said that we need to if we just it's okay for me to admit that I love someone and just move on. Um, that really jumped out at me, man, because you know, there's there's a lot of folks I care about. There's a lot of people in my family I care about. I love everybody, and I got a big family. You know, a lot of friends and stuff like that, and it but and sometimes you get so frustrated and annoyed with people that sometimes it's hard to get past that. At least it's been that way with me from time to time in the past. And I think that one of the reasons why I struggle with that is because I get so angry that I don't acknowledge that I love them. And what the reading made clear is that it's okay to acknowledge that you love someone, and that frees you from that point to be okay with that fact and to just move on.
Yeah. No,
If that's what I want to do. Nah,
Can you hear
I
me?
can't hear nobody, Pop. No, yeah, I can now.
Let me just see. Is it?
You said you heard me, right? Yeah. You hear me, Pat?
Yeah, we can. Brother Shane, you just muted yourself. And Rossi was asking if you had anything.
Well, the reading for me was my whole life. That's how where all my problems started, with me loving. Yeah, I didn't my with my dad. The whole thing is about me and my dad. So yeah, I don't know. So yeah, and I had to learn how to love him and let him roll.
Right.
So that was that's what I had to learn, because otherwise I was still I lived in that stuff for, I don't know, since I was a little kid.
Right.
So that was my whole life.
Right.
Till I had to learn how to move on and let him. He, like you said, he did the best he could, and
Yeah.
because he had a worse life than me. You know what I mean? And I didn't know that till, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, he grew up in the BIA Indian schools where they beat the Indian out of you.
Yeah. Right.
So that you know, the nuns would beat the shit. Excuse my language. They would yeah. So you know what I mean. So I had to, you know, I had to realize where he came from. You know,
Right.
and it ain't always about me, and you know what I mean. So I just had to let him go. You know what I mean. And like Pop says, he did the best he could. It ain't, you know, for what happens now is up to me.
Right. That's exactly.
Yeah, they could hear you.
And you got your shot, man. Give Ross a big hand, real too.
But I think the older one has a better microphone compared to the new one.
But Shelby, I want to go back real quick, just pick up, and I want to go back and pick up what you talked about. Is sometimes that one thing about me and my family, we got a little thing we do when we do something that's, you know, that we're ashamed of. We say we go into the wall of shame, you know, and then you take your heel like this and walk over to the corner. They go like this. and you know, then we all kind of realize that you've done something, you know, that you're ashamed of. Them guys took me golfing. You get it? And I'm not, you know, I'm from a different age. Blacks didn't golf that much. They did, you know, but not like, you know, it was basketball, track, and boxing. And, you know, few people went golfing. We didn't ever see them. You know, I don't know where they were. But I don't know where they were. They said it was up to the work, but that was a lot. Yeah, they said it was. I ain't never seen them. But anyway, so they took me golfing. You know, my wife has been added. She want to learn how to golf. And it seems like you should be able to hit the ball, right? So when it came to my turn, you know what I mean? I'm up here saying, because I'm so I'm thinking, I'm getting ready to knock the ball out of the, you know what I mean? Oh, you know, I said, my daughter's my son, y'all know him. My wife, well, she got the glove, and you know, she got the little thing, you know, so serious, and put all her PhD on. So Donald, I'm just saying, I'm getting ready to whack this ball clean past the fence, but you know, so you know, I go back, I come down, and all I take up is a big chunk of grass. And Tim, the grass is flying down, you know. I mean, I got the dirt and, you know, the whole thing. And I said, man, what? So, you know, I said, okay. They said, okay, Dad, you know, just one more time, please. One more time. So I said, you know, I gotta hit this ball. I got a little pressure here, you know what I mean? You know, back. Oh, look, I was worse than Fred. Look, I swung that thing again, and look, I took up so much dirt that time. I thought I felt like I owed the people's gonna come and throw some seed, you know. Just come and buy some seed and throw it out there. I'm sorry for what I did, you know. I didn't mean to tell this stuff. So after I hit the second time, I just pulled out the window. So when you gotta get a move, it's like a move. You get to the wall. Hey, look. You get to the wall of shame. And so, you know, I'm bringing that up because Shelby had found his way, for whatever reason, to the wall of shame. Mm-hmm. And you know, so sometimes you can get over there stuck. And we get it with laughing and and all of this and that. You get it? And we're actually trying to take the sting out of a particular situation. That you know you wasn't right there. Right. But see what he did is he retreated into himself. Yes. And inside of himself, there were at least two people. I'm just gonna try to help you right here. I'm gonna try to help you. Don't be mad at me. So there was one person who was happening before the incident. Then he became another person and had the incident. Now he's going inside the penitentiary to deal with the penitentiary surroundings. Is anybody listening? And in the context of that depth, then he went to the wall of shame so deep that none of them three people could reach him. Look, and not only that, but sometimes you get to a dark place. See, in the beginning, there was a word, and the word became light. So the word and the word light are really the same two words. And so what he was lacking was a word of light, a word of knowledge. And so look what I'm saying. He can't know who I am, and that I got a whole bunch of baggage that's bad or worse. You get what I'm saying? But I was on the wall. Yeah. But then somebody spoke a word. Say a word. The word is light. Right. And when you're in the dark, a way to get out of the dark is to be able to turn on some. Now, you could be right in your own bedroom. You could be right in your own bedroom where you put everything there where it's supposed to be. Turn the lights on, you can't find none of that stuff. You turn the lights off, you can't find nothing in there. What you need in the bedroom is a word. The word is light. When you turn on the light, knowledge restores. Wisdom has an opportunity to help you. Direction comes back. Oh, I'm teaching good tonight. Direction comes back. Say direction. Yeah, sometimes we have lost our direction. Yeah. And let me just go back and capture this for those who ever smoked dope, cocaine or meth or whatever. I never smoked any meth or nothing like this here, but I smoke and use, I abuse cocaine like that. And I'm gonna tell you something. It made me overtly sexual. I think I was already that before I did it. And then when I did it, it just heightened everything. I'm like, look, I'm hitting something. I don't know what it is. Somebody's getting up. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm hitting something. Wait a minute, somebody, I'm just, wait a minute. I was over there on the, I was hitting something. Something didn't hit. And I had a dog, an Afghan at that time. I don't do dogs anymore. Keisha was a dog's name. Keisha loved me. I can't do that how She would look at me and then break and run into the bedroom and the kids' room and hide under the bed. And wouldn't come on. Like, I don't know him. It's a different man. The one I love, he's not here. And so what was happening there is the transference of knowledge and light was penetrating your flesh. Yeah. And penetrating your flesh, it said the word is light to those who find it, health and healing to all of their flesh. So then here what happened while you're sitting there, we turn on the light. We're looking for Shelby. Somebody say Shelby. Yeah, we know he's in there. Say it again. Say it louder than that. Yeah, we're looking for Shelby. And so suddenly, when you heard that word, it turned on the light, and you heard your name on the correct, not MF or all of these other names or all these other adjectives that big people have called you to walk over to the wall of shame. I don't know who's listening in this place, but I'm gonna tell you right now, many of us in here have been over at the wall of shame. And some people still there right now while they're sitting in here. You really in shame right now. You was hoping when you would come somewhere and get a word of light. Say light. Say knowledge. If you in this room right now, the lights are bright up in here. We got this thing on in here. Come on now. Yeah. 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 That's what Come on, go ahead and knock it out.
that's what it was. You know what I mean? When that stage. And sometimes they say when you get lost, like 5 minutes, lose your way. They say go back to the point of last remember yourself. Go back to it. Right. Yeah. And that's the only way you can find yourself. But sometimes you can't even find yourself by yourself. Because think about that. That can become an addiction like everything else is. Now, if my best thinking got me into it, you know what I mean? My best thinking ain't gonna get me out of it. I need someone to throw that rope out there for me, right? And pull me in, please. I don't know how long you're gonna pull it. Right. But this yank me, right? Yeah. And then the moles say, right? Don't badger them, don't bother them, right? Take them there. Hey. I don't belong no other place. Wow. Oh, no, you're a pie guy. You're not gonna work no other way.
Oh, come on. Woo! Yes, sir. Yeah, I know that's right. I'm gonna take this minute. Go ahead. No game. No game. No, I'm right with you. No game.
No games.
Yeah. See, Ross is looking at me on cartoon, but you know, I'm telling you, man, it's good in here. It's good in here. You just the walls are just something coming up off the walls. You know what I mean? You got to be in here to get it. Stick in here. But I love it, man. And so anyway, this is causing me to. I'm gonna throw it to Lazarus here in a minute because I feel a home coming up. But look what I'm saying. But you got to be clean. And he brought his portrait. She may have something, I don't know what, but she done got up in here and got juice. I know bitch sitting next to me. I don't know, but I done juiced her up. And she might be ready to hit something. I don't know. But she better hit something, you know. Otherwise, hit the wall. No. No, watch this. So this is what I'm going to tell you why we got a little breaking action. This is the South Side back. It's like the South Side. You know, it's 11 years old. Man, it's always been just a peaceful event, and they have a good time. They treat each other good, and I love it, man. And so we, POP, organizationally, had partnered up with Southside back in the day to bring the wellness component to the event. And so the wellness component is vaccinations for adults or for children over 12 who got to have it for school or sports. Also, there is the University of Minnesota, who's kind of in our little partnership swirl now. They do the breast cancer awareness, the blood pressure checks, diabetic checks, and they also have over-the-counter medication to hand out just free if you come in there and visit them. They're going to have their bus there, and then MDH, Minnesota Department of Health, they're going to have their bus there, and so we're going to try to be all bussed up, and you know, and I want to get a photograph of Pop Guys and their families around these two buses for history and posterity's sake. Let me just tell you, no organization that I know of has been more active in the vaccination arena than we have, or as aggressive. Now, I don't know, for the most part, everybody in here that I know is vaccinated. We're actually small. This is a small group. And I'm talking about the larger group. If you're on TV or wherever you're at in Cartoon Land, I'm just saying that because Landro. And then, you know, come on back out of Cartoon Land and come in here, you know, so we can see you and feel you and love on you. But I tell you this, man, I need y'all to show up on Saturday. And if you have your Pop shirt, you know, those Pop guys, you know who you are. We got a couple of guests, so they don't know what that is, but you know, wear your shirt, you know, put on that demo. We're going to need help with a lot of things. And so And you know what? I never have, since we've been doing this 16 years, maybe one time I had Pop Guys work as security, maybe one time. Let me tell you why I don't do that. It's because, you know, I don't want people to turn, you know, our guy just back into some goons, you know, that, you know, just whatever. We're trying to go on to a bigger and better things. We're trying to do, you know, do some other things. I don't want to be pigeonholed and saying, oh yeah, get the Pop Guys. They'll be the police. I'm like, no, we're not trying to, we in search of something else greater than that. There's nothing wrong with that. You get what I'm saying? But now on this particular night, you know, I just don't want, that us to be looked at as only that. You get it? So, but on this particular day, I need all hands on deck, and we're going to, if Pop means something to you, like you say, I need you to be in there. I want to be able to guide these buses in safe. I want to guide them buses in out of there safe. I don't want none of our people injured. You know, just in happenstance. All the medical people who are there to provide a service to our community. You know, I want to make sure they're comfortable. So we're going to set up tables, right around close by the medical stuff, so that we're keeping an eye on that, and we're also keeping an eye on ourselves. And so you could bring a dish, or whatever, this and that. My wife and I we're gonna have something there at the table, but we need you to bring something. The event starts at 11. You got all the information right in front of you, and Wayne is gonna flash it on the screen so that if you're in Cartoon Land tonight, you can get it off the screen. We need you to be there, and it's really an all-day event. So maybe you can come only for 5 hours or 3 hours or whatever you can come. But I'm looking for every single Pop Guy to come through there on Saturday and show your face and make your presence known in that place. Is that all right? I can't hear nobody.
Yes.
So they're going to have the Johnny Brown Band, All-Star Band. Have you heard of them? They play Teddy Pendergrass and all the old school. You see him? He's good. He do Teddy. So, he got, if he could do Teddy, pretty good. But then also the Grammy Award winning, 8-time Grammy Award winning Sounds of Blackness is going to be there to close the show out. I'm still trying to work on a little spot where he can hit one of his licks and we can just expose him to the community. But it's got to be clean. Clean. Gotta be fresh. Say fresh. Can't take us to the wall of. Yeah. But with those things considered, we want to try to get him up there to hit a lick. Okay, and so now, why don't you hit a lick right now? Go ahead. What you got? You can do it too.
This one right here.
What's this?
Right.
Keep looking. I'll call you. I'm gonna call you back. Keep looking. What about, sis, you got something? You think it's good? See, we got kids and all that stuff, and we can't be, putting on the wrong demo. And so I love what y'all do, but I want y'all to be having some stuff that's right there in the spot, so everybody can appreciate. My daughter and them can hear what you're saying and be like, oh, that was nice. But if you come out with that one thing, they're gonna be like, yeah, go to the wall up. Yeah, y'all done caught on to that piece. But anyway, I'm gonna come back to you, Les. Keep looking, or even make something up. We're gonna come back. But so we still got this piece on the table, or anything that we got on the table. If you have a question about the event, or you want to say something about that, just open up the room open. Whoever want to say something. Last. Anybody?
Well, I wanted to say.
What you want to say, Sid? You got.
No matter what they have done to you, said to you, you cannot stop loving them. Okay, so my family is very short. I don't have a lot of family. I got some cousins, but I never really. And I got my aunt Kathy. She's 92 years old. But on my dad's side, there's the one left. On my mother's side, there's the one left. The only people I have is my brother. My brother is really, the only close person to me. And the love thing, I love my brother so much. Sometimes I disagree with him and I ignore him for a few days, but the love takes me sometimes to a place where what I'm trying so hard to please say, my brother. And I should just sometimes be who I am, you know, and stop trying to be so perfect or, you know, take my time and try to, you know, examine the life that I'm trying to live now, which I know nothing about. This is new to me. So, you know, I all my life I really thirst for someone to love me, and I still do that I'm 52 years old. I still do it, and still I can't shake it. I don't know how to stop it, And then I get into my shame. That shame. You know what I'm saying? That dark place.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where that's a dangerous place. So sometimes people say stuff to me that they don't realize how. I try to, and I am tough. I'm tough. I'm tough all my life. I've had to be tough, but I'm not really tough. I'm fragile, especially now that my life is an open book, and I'm trying to reach for something I don't know. So I hate to go back to that dark place because that place is comfortable. That place is where I take me a glass and I'm cool. That place is where I hit a lick and I'm rich. That place, that place is easy for me. This new life is hard, So I've been striving to impress, and that I shouldn't do that. I should just, do what I need to do, and thus say the Lord.
I'll give a little. But, you're coherent about the dynamic. And that's enough to springboard and get stronger. So, because when you fall prey to the weak side of it, all you do is walk with Satan, basically. You gave him his walk, and you walking with it. You can't even let him rag.
Absolutely.
Look at that. So you got and don't love the bad side. That was good. I found so he kind of taught me about love because I had 5 brothers and sisters, right, and 3 sisters, so it was a nest for me, right. But I watched my father. He would always talk about how absence makes the heart grow. And a lot of times to keep peace with his siblings, he would distance himself. So, and I'm reading this in there. Yeah, right? But one of the main things he taught me about even my own brother is the fact that I had to understand that I was never responsible for my brother or sister, but I was always responsible to them. That's one thing he always instilled in me. Right. And he always instilled that. So to this day, I honestly say and he would always say, he said, if I walk through the door with a man, then I'm going to do all I can to walk out the door with that man. Because we come
we leave. So in the sense, you know, I got the understanding from him that it's all right. I can be my brother. I got that. I am my brother's keeper.
It's something, I'm gonna come right to you. It was something though, because I could hear him searching and digging back in, you know, for that. Like thumbing through some pages to find that place. Right. You get it? In your past life that has informed you in this moment. And you know, sometimes when you're from a big family, it's hard to keep everybody together. You know, and it's sometimes easy for the enemy to pluck off one, you know, that goes out floating. Somebody knows what I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so, Angelo, it's just good to hear you talking in the present, in a healthy way, reflecting in a way that's healthy. I haven't heard from TP or anybody in that back row. What y'all got back there? About anything?
Let's say thank you. For saying that.
I meant that. You know that.
Oh, I know you meant that. This was right back there with you. I remember walking with you. I gave you the only thing I could give. The only thing I had to give was which was love. Realized that I needed it, and so did everyone else. Right? As it relates to the reading about what is that? The world, hello world. As a world factory. But also realize that I am who I am. I am my own person, just as everyone else is. I learned that you have a content, so do I. I don't have to like your book. I don't have to. You don't have to like mine. But I love, so I know that it doesn't have a limit to it, right? It doesn't go away because I dislike the content that you're offering. I hear you. I disagree, but I still love you. And so with that, I'm always filled up. I'm always filled up.
You walking up to the challenge.
I'm always filled up.
One side, the right side, the wrong side.
I'm always filled up.
You always feel it?
I'm always. Right?
Thank you.
Because I've went to the darkest places within myself. I've seen it. I've experienced it. I didn't run from it either. I wanted to know what it was. And so
No fun place.
it isn't fun. And the fact that I went there, I was able to see you, Shelby.
Boy.
I was able to
Give some love right there. Y'all know, James, and you know, we married is breaking out in our organization. The marriage is always plays. We saw and Elisa got married, Pierre and his wife got married about 3 weeks ago, and Moises and Joe got married about a week weeks ago, and so this thing is happening. Esau gets on Gigo, married him. And I was gonna say his fiance, he found out tonight that he needed to turn on. He couldn't put him on his side. And this is a lot of times, this is for the hearer who can hear. Sometimes, you know, your woman, the woman that's been called to you is the one who can shine light in those dark places, and you allow it to happen. Other people will do it and you run them off, cuss them out. Who do you think you are? You don't know. Go ahead. Do you know who I am? Hey. I know. But some people cannot twitch it, but here goes a word from the very man. Give him a hand. Boy, yo.
Just a couple of things I'll try to connect them together. Hurt and kindness is what I picked up on.
Come on, Doc.
When I feel hurt, I gotta extend kindness because I'm hurting. I need kindness. I need that helping hand and that love. So when we got married, my brother got COVID. So a household guy. And he was in the hospital about 8 days. And he just got out last weekend.
Wow.
Right. And so we're going to see him tonight. Also, when we got married, my half brother, my other brother, he passed away from COVID.
Oh.
He's a little. I'm the youngest son. Then it's my brother, and then it was my other brother who passed away.
Wow.
The doctor sent him home. You're not that sick. His wife was like, after they went home, honey, you're just worse. Let's go back to the hospital. He passed away on his way to the hospital. Chicago. Well, no, Arizona. And we just buried him in Chicago because that's where we grew up. The weekend we got married was the weekend we buried my half brother. No, we missed it. No, my other sister, she went in our and my brother, he couldn't go because he had, or he was going to be at the wedding. So it's that, right? It's the world hits you at once, and all this hurt and pain, and you seeking some kindness for understanding, and the understanding becomes so critical because you just can't explain some of the pain that I go through, or that I feel, or the confusion in my mind about life, and so I believe that's important in relationships and family, dynamics. It's been a trying month, and family, when at the end of the day, is the backbone of your success or my success, the foundation of my future. And sometimes it's the cause of feeling hurt or feeling in pain. And then it's the remedy. Right. So it's so many avenues in this reading. Sure. It never ends.
Yeah, that's true. Give me some blood. Wow. Boy, you woke up some more stuff. But on this COVID thing, let's just stay here for 1 second. I mean, is there anybody in here that needs to be vaccination? I mean, the booster. Okay. Come to the booster. I mean, if you do, man, we can make it happen. And don't play games. So just explain to you, we were just in Florida taking my daughter to college. The only thing they talking about on the news in Florida, every channel, is COVID. That's right. And and that the people keep talking about their rights. Right. And mostly it was they were angry. Right. Them angularly saying to the dude, it's my right. I don't need. And then some of the news were saying this is what he said, and now he died yesterday. And they were connecting up politicians who had come out against the shot and against masks and all of this. Then they would announce that he died on this day, and it was just ugly, right? Yeah. And so there's so much politics that has gone into the former administration. You know, do you know what the former president said on national TV yesterday? He said that he could not understand why all the channels were talking about the hurricane and not talking about the great deal he made with the Taliban to get out of Afghanistan. And he ranted about this and ranted about this. And, you know, I mean, man, did you see some of them waves up in, did you see some of them waves and storms over there? And you know, my daughter, my daughter's down in Florida, you know, Florida didn't get hit, but, you know, they got rained on. Yeah. So stuff is real. And so don't play. If you got somebody in your family that you might be able to help, just leave. Don't bother with. You know, you got somebody in there, please bring them to the a young person coming up. Please bring them. Yeah. Please bring them. Tim, we haven't heard from you down there. We're waiting for a word from you. Give Tim a hand. He's been waiting patiently. Go ahead.
Well, one thing is that, well, I know the wall of shame.
Well, sure.
Oh, yeah. When I first, owned up to my crime, I told my wife,
Oh, man.
I says, you go, and I had my daughter, because I abused my daughter. And I told my daughter, tell them what happened, and I went down to the basement, and I just cried. I went to the wall of shame.
Yes, sir.
And I stayed there for a long time. In fact, I was there even for a lot of times. Even when I went to IFI, the first time I get to they had some DVDs and everything, and I started just crying and crying. I stayed in that wall of shame for a long time. And it took me, even when I got home, when I saw the neighborhood where I went to, I started crying again. It's hard to get out of that wall of shame, as far as that. But, first part of my time in prison, though, one thing is shame allowed me to be part of Power People, right? The first year, it's almost the first year I was there, yeah. And and then he let me be a student teacher. And so, you have that, you live in that shame, but you have people telling you you're somebody, that you're important. And one of the things, Shane was, every time you turned something in, he would always write, and he had 100 people at that time. He'd always write a comment about what you were saying and trying to make you think in the right way instead of thinking the wrong way. Because what you think and what you say is, how you speak to yourself. Mm-hmm. And then another thing I learned, though, even before that, I learned two things that it made me think of two things, When you love somebody, if you truly love somebody, you don't center always and think about all the bad they did. If you're always focusing on their bad of what they did, you're not really loving them, and you're actually, when you focus on it, become what you focus on. But if you love somebody, you try to find the goodness in them. And that goes on now. Well, what I've learned from this meeting here is if you love yourself, try to find the goodness within yourself. I've been so focused on trying to find the goodness in others, I sometimes stop trying to find the goodness within myself. Wow. And you guys have helped me to think about that today. Right. So I thank you all for that.
His heart is so tender. I love to hear him. He always brings some church to the table. Laz got something. Tim, you riding your bike? Yeah. Oh, wow.
It is self-reflection that leads the original man into the path of enlightenment. And once he's able to channel this divine energy in its essence, his mere presence alone will brighten any room. After having raised himself from out of the tomb of gloom, now transformed into a God as it relates to his countenance. Now negativity can no longer rent space within his head, having had untied his hands from the entanglements of the walking dead. He has been freed essentially, no longer a subject in slavery, knowing he has the propensity to live out his wildest dreams, and that supreme being is his inner me. I ask y'all, who is his inner me? Even though I live within the confines of the ghetto, I will never stop dreaming. Even if cold metal gets pressed against my brow, that moment before my untimely demise, I will dream loud. I will never stop dreaming. 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 Even when white supremacy attempts to make a nightmare of it. Airing murders for the general public, constructing a public school system that teaches lies and funnels a prison pipeline, disguise the election that Donald Trump made clear, yet and still many deny the presence of the rooster being near Black Wall Street deceased, hints of their discrepancy as it relates to them telling the truth. Their constitution should state liberty and justice for the few who can afford the price of their vice, their blood, yet and still they preach their superior as if we're inferior with the complex that subjects within a prison complex so grotesque and unethical from its inception, polarization weaponized so deceptively contrived as it rationalizes murder, rape, and theft. Yet and still until my last dying breath, I will not stop dreaming. Even whilst they plot and scream to put my neck in a rope, as if their wishes deflect me of having any hope, I will not stop dreaming because I know that a dream deferred is the real hell. A dream deferred is the real hell.
Good there. And he was citing right at the end of the poem there is Langston Hughes. Whatever happens to a dream. Yeah, and I like I like that you use that. But look, it is close to time for us to have ice cream and cake. Wayne can here with that ice cream and the I don't know if we got some plates. There's some plates right there. Oh, some plates. Plates are right where? I don't see that. Okay, we got some plates, and then there is some forks. Right here. Because we're gonna have to jump this broom here before it's all over. But Sean, now hold, excuse me. Wait. Excuse me. But Shantuan, he's been sitting now, so I just want to, now give him a little chance to say a little something, introduce yourself, or say a little something about yourself, and tell us how you got here. Kept on throwing it in my head, like kept on thinking about it. So I had to call him. But he's like, man, I said 5 o'clock, man, you need to meet up with me, or you can get here, you know what I'm saying? On the hill, man, I'm definitely glad I came. Wow. And when I was it's better than when I was. Brother, we ain't heard from you. You got something that we ring your bell back there today? What's up? Come on, brother.
Nah, honestly,
yeah.
I'm convicted by reading. I relationship with my birth father. I don't know over a decade now. Back in Liberia, we had a van. He went through things, and I've never. And I think it's something I should work on and see a path. What that looks like.
Thank you, sir.
We kick around history and track record. He became a father. What we doing in his older years too. And he said the same thing over and over again. He said, I didn't even know what I was doing.
Right.
I was trying to play both sides of being a street dude and being a father, and this is what y'all do. Because he never backed down. He was generous without educating them about the generosity. Because he can be back to the street so fast.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that's the thing we got on him. And today I still try not to hold animosity against him
Because he confessed that.
That's, I mean, that's, come on. Back to that, and this is a tough thing, but he might have just did the best he could do at that time. Now, whoever your father was 10 years ago, he's not that guy now. Stuff has happened. He's changed. His heart could be heavy for lack of, participation in your life. He could be feeling some kind of way. He probably done walked over to the, because it ain't right. But what the reading is talking about, without forgiveness, there's no way to mend it. Now, broken hearts can mend, but the idea of forgiveness, first for yourself and then for the person that hurt you. And sometimes, as somebody else has already said, that forgiveness is to release you from this hate that you've been working so hard at. I'm waiting for all the amens and that. You know what I'm saying? So give that brother some dap. Let's just, Liberia, which was a Christ-centered community, was actually started, Liberia was started from slaves who had been, and not slaves, kidnapped victims, say kidnapped. And then they became slaves, they became slaves. And those who had become slaves, they were actually kidnapped victims, became slaves, actually won their freedom. Not only won their freedom, but a ship to return in, and not only that, but resources to get started at. You know all of this, and went back to Monrovia and started, which is now Monrovia, and started what we now know as Liberia. So the Liberian community and our community, we are related very closely. Sometimes we don't get that, we don't understand that, and that pains me. That bothers me, because to the extent that we don't work with one another, to that extent that we allow oppression, what we'll call it today, psychological, a cloud of psychological oppression continue to rule our lives and keep us away from each other. So I just want to say that for people who are listening, and Liberia broke into such a terrible state for their families were on different sides of it and were killing each other, drunk, spilling each other's blood. And I don't know, but somehow your father got you up out of there, and all of this, that, and the third. And he got out of there at least long enough for you to get you to a place different than where he was. I don't know your dad, but I'm just saying, I do know the history, and then the history has been terrible. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of times that we are judgmental of other people that sound different, and we are judgmental, but we don't understand that they are a version of our older self. And to be the truth of the Liberians, if it's a child, that child is like your father, because this is where we came from in the first place. If you go back and check your bloodline, I've done that. You get it? And we're from a Cameroon and that area of the continent, and Tanzania, and I mean, I think about, and how they showed me how my bloodline traveled and where we stopped at. It was some more. I had a little hit British. You know what I mean? Yeah, they're dirt. But we landed in North Carolina. That's where my crew got off the boat. They get off the boat. And I don't care who you are sitting right here. If you're sitting in this room right now, at some point in time, some of your people got off the boat. Say, get off the boat. Yeah. Yeah. And so, I'm coming there. Thin slices on the cake.
I can't quote. Even if you don't have a in your life, you know what I'm saying? You still have to, you have his name. But he wasn't talking about his name. He was talking about that absent father teaches you so much. It it teaches you so much that you're none aware of what it is teaching you. And that is the name that your father has placed on you, being absent. When you said that to me, it helped me understand something. My father wasn't in my life. My whole time, he was incarcerated. My first 21 years, my father was incarcerated. Then, when I was 23, I got incarcerated for the next 24 years. You know what I mean? So my father left me with that legacy, although he was never there. Understand? Because the stories that I heard about him were pretty much street bound and penitentiary bound, drugs, so on and so much drugs that they gave me a nickname, the Doogie Man.
Right. Yeah, Doogie, that's
that's
heroin.
That's what they called me in my neighborhood, the Dog Meat Doogie. That was what my nickname was. So you can imagine the kind of issues I had coming.
They say we are product of our environment.
That's right.
Well, speaking of being a product, Dr. Webb got to get out of here. And before we get too lean, I want to step out in the hallway. Everybody can jump in this room because we got to consummate this marriage up in here.
Next time.
Ceremoniously, back in the old days, we couldn't consummate. We couldn't marry, we couldn't read, any of that was against the law. And so we believe in the broom jumping ceremoniously as a way to say to the community that you love and love you, that we are married, and that it also puts a conviction on you and on them to be respectful and supportive of that relationship. So now, just step back a little bit. Get the broom right up here. You gotta get your hands free. We gotta have a little clap. That's how it goes. So now, you're from that bucket, get the broom. Come on back. You gotta still easy that broom. You work so hard to become man and wife. You are the Esau, and you gotta close the room, get real close to it, get real close. All right, look at that. Now I get you husband and wife. Give them a big Come on, stand over here. Here we go. Come on, you can see you. Come on, everybody. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Oh! 1, 2, 3. Oh! You see this nigga's lips so loud, I don't know what he's doing. What was you doing something with your lips? There you go. That's it. Get some more. We got a little song. I feel a song. I don't know what it is. I feel something. Good. Yeah, I got one right here. Come on, take another one. Yeah.
Woo. Here we go. Great is thy faithfulness, oh God, our Father. There is no shadow of turning with thee. All that I need, your hands have provided. Great is thy faithfulness, oh God, unto thee. Great is thy faithfulness. Great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. All that I need, your hands have provided. Great is thy faithfulness, oh God,